Hey, what is up YouTube? And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how to install iOS 11 Beta 2 onto your device without a developer account. As a surprise to many, Apple released iOS 11 Beta 2 to developers today at 1 p.m., which is an odd time for Apple to release a new iOS beta. Typically, betas are released on Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday between 9 and 10 in the morning, but today is Wednesday and it was released at 1 p.m. Alongside this, Apple released a new macOS, tvOS, and watchOS beta as well. So if you guys watched my previous video on how to install iOS 11 Beta 1, this process is going to be very similar. In fact, if you are still on iOS 11 Beta 1, the process is very simple for you. All you have to do is pop open your Settings app, navigate to General, and then Software Update, and then the next iteration of iOS 11 is right there waiting for you to download and install. In fact, it is still even given me the option to upgrade to iOS 11 Beta 2, even though I restored back to iOS 10.3.2. The reason being is I must have restored to a backup that contained the configuration profile that allows us to install iOS 11 betas. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and delete the configuration profile I currently have installed, and then show you guys how to reinstall it or install it for the first time. So after deleting this configuration profile, I'm going to go ahead and restart my phone so we are working with a clean slate when we go ahead and reinstall the config profile. Now that my phone is done rebooting, if I navigate to Settings, General, and then Software Update, once it's done refreshing, you can see that there's no update to be found. That is because I do not have the configuration profile installed, which allows me to see iOS 11 betas. For many of the viewers that have never installed a configuration profile or no longer have it, this is the point of the video where you jump in. So to go ahead and get this configuration profile for yourself, I've put a link in the description. Unfortunately, I am unable to host the file myself for legal purposes, but I've posted a trusted link in the description for you guys to follow. For the sake of this video and demonstration purposes, I will go ahead and log into my developer account and use that link, but the file you receive from the link in the description is identical to the one that I am using. So heading into the developer portal, you can see that Apple not only released a new iteration of iOS, but also updated the current macOS High Sierra, as well as the watchOS 4 and the new tvOS. As you can see, the build number is listed right here. It was released today, June 21st, 2017, and if I just go ahead and select download, it will begin this process to install iOS 11 Beta 2. I'm immediately presented with this dialog box, which allows me to select if I want to install this update for my iPhone or for my watch, and for the sake of this video, I'm just going to select iPhone. And now just follow the on-screen steps, which is basically just clicking install a couple times, which will finalize the process to install and enable this configuration profile. Now the last dialog box we are presented with is one notifying us to restart our device in order to apply the changes that we've just made, so we're going to go ahead and click restart. So now that my iPhone has finished rebooting, we're going to go ahead and hit the home button to unlock the device, and then we're going to go ahead and open Settings app and then navigate to General and then Software Update. Once it's finished refreshing here, we will see that we have the option to install iOS 11 Beta 2 onto our device. Now actually in my case, it auto started the download. As you can see that it says update requested. If it does not say that on your device, it should say something like install and download, and you're just going to go ahead and click that and it will begin this process, and you will see what is displayed on my screen currently. In just a second here, the screen will update to a progress bar ensuring us that the download has started, and it will give us an ETA of how long it will take. In my case, it looks like it's going to take roughly 30 minutes, so I will be right back once this download has finished. Alright, now that the beta has officially finished downloading, we can go ahead and click Install Now. That brings up the Terms and Conditions agreement. We can go ahead and click Agree. And now it's just going to go ahead and verify the update. Once it's done verifying, it will begin the installation process. Now this process can take some time, but initially your phone is going to shut down, and when it boots back up, you're going to be presented with the Apple logo and a progress bar. Your device will now go through the process of upgrading to iOS 11. Eventually, once this progress bar fills all the way up, your phone will restart one more time, and then it will come up with yet another progress bar, this time to verify that the software was installed correctly. Once this is done, the restore will be complete, and I will come back to you once that process is finished. Alright, it looks like the phone has finished successfully restoring to iOS 11, so we can go ahead and hit the home button to wake the device. We can see that it says press home to finish setting up iOS 11. From there we can just click continue and just follow the on-screen steps to finish setting up the iDevice. Again, many of you are probably very familiar with this part, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly skip through some of these steps as fast as I possibly can. I'm just going to go ahead and set up Touch ID later and not use it. I'm not going to add a passcode. I will click continue through this. And then lastly, we're just going to go ahead and click get started. So we are now taken to the home screen. As you can see, we are on iOS 11 directly from the dock. If we scroll up, we can see that the control center loads just a little bit more smoothly. Secondly, one of the biggest problems this update was supposed to address was to fix some of the control center toggles, such as turning on and off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. For my test here, we can see it doesn't actually turn them on and off, it just disconnects you from the Wi-Fi, but in fact, Wi-Fi is still on. So I'm honestly not sure if that's what it's supposed to do or if it's in fact supposed to turn off the Wi-Fi, but I also noticed that my calendar app isn't successfully loading completely. So just as a reminder, this still is a beta software and we're going to have a couple bugs and performance issues with it. The very last thing I'm going to take care of in this video is to change the background to the default iOS 11 background. So to do this, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the Settings app, navigate to Wallpaper, and then choose a new wallpaper. But along the lines of downloading and installing iOS 11 Beta 2, that pretty much wraps up this video. Again, go ahead and look in the description for your link to the configuration profile. Other than that, I hope this video has been pretty straightforward, and I hope you guys have a fun time exploring iOS 11. Again, thank you guys so much for the support of the channel. It's good to be back making videos as much as possible. So I look forward to seeing you soon, and until next time, this is Tony, signing out.